right, this is Behind the Bay. This is Max and Kev back at it again. And today we have a very special guest. We have Tony Esperance in the house.
Yes.
Thank you for being here, sir. We're so excited to have you.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we kind of always start at the beginning.
Yeah.
And that means your beginning.
My beginning.
So how did Tony come to be? How did this happen?
Well, let's see. I grew up in Southern California. Mom and Dad had me as a second child. I have an older brother, 2 younger sisters.
Oh, so you
And
were
we lived down on the beach.
Marsha. You were the middle
Right
child?
in the middle, yeah. So growing up, we lived on the beach area, which was like, oh my God. Wake up in the morning, sunny day, walk down our lane, and there's the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
No kidding.
nice.
That's how I grew up. So, yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
I was a beach
Lucky
boy.
you.
Original beach boy.
Oh yeah.
So,
the
did, so
original.
did you surf?
I surfed one time. I'd body surf. My dad and I would go fishing, and my brother. So that was always a big deal. My dad had a 20-foot aluminum boat.
Okay.
So we go fishing all the time. Also in Ventura, we had the Ventura Pier. So we go off the pier and we'd cast our lines down off the pier.
Gotcha.
Gosh, we'd catch like even little sand sharks, you know.
Oh,
Of course,
nice.
you can't really eat them, but
Right.
it was a good life. And there was always music in my home growing up. My dad played guitar, mom played piano.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so
Did they play with? Just curious. Did they play with like bands, or were they just kind
I
of?
think my dad did early on.
Okay.
He actually played saxophone in a group, I think. And then me and my brother, my dad had 2 very old Martin acoustic guitars,
Nice.
really nice. But as little kids, my brother and I, we'd drag him around the house. My dad said, we used to stand on them, you know, we're little babies. So,
Yeah.
It's like,
He's like,
Yeah.
no, God, don't touch
Yeah.
that. No.
And then when I learned how rare they were later on in life,
felt
it's like,
bad.
Oh my God.
yeah. You're like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah, so I grew up in Ventura, went to school there. Then at 23, I moved up to Northern California area.
Okay.
I lived in the wine country for a while and then made the pursuit up to this area in 1998. So, yeah.
So now you're more of a Californian, right? So I don't really
Yeah,
know
I've been.
these areas
I
as
know.
much.
I didn't live in Ventura, but I've been to Ventura
Yeah.
and lived in.
Ventura Highway.
Yeah, I lived in Redondo and did some things in
yeah.
Southern California for
Yeah.
a little bit. My brother was down there a lot, so I visited a lot too. He was an LA kid, so
Great.
and yeah, I was actually born in Modesto, so like mid Cali, and then
I used to play Modesto, yeah.
yeah, and then-
Holiday Inn.
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And we moved to Northern California, so yeah, I'm familiar with California. There's a lot of transplants and up here. Yeah.
I guess mine was like a slow pursuit. You know, Southern California, I lived in Northern California, Fairfield, Vacaville.
Mm-hmm.
My son Tobin was born in Fairfield. And my other kids were born in Walnut Creek, California.
wow.
So yeah.
Awesome. So what actually brought you to Oregon? What was the catalyst?
That's a good question. My kid's mom, she grew up here, Karen, and we decided, you know, let's raise our kids in a nice small community.
Got it.
And so we brought them up from Northern California. They were probably, Sean was the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
He was maybe 3. Anthony and Kendall, my daughter Kendall, they were like 8, 9 years old. They all graduated North Bend High School. So
nice.
yeah,
Nice.
good place to bring up your kids.
Yeah, no,
Right.
it is. It's a beautiful area up here. So, and I kind of, I trolled on your Facebook a little bit, so I know I've heard, I seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Saw some stuff.
so yeah, I've seen a little bamboo and.
No.
Yes.
that was a fun band. In fact, our drummer in Bamboo is
Okay.
the original drummer that played on Spirit in the Sky
Oh, nice.
with Norman Greenbaum.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Gonna take you up.
Yeah.
Spit in the sky.
Right on.
So
Okay,
we had
cool.
for 4 years, we had like just a, play hotels and smaller clubs, but it was all cover tunes.
Yeah.
He was 13 years older than me, so he had a lot of great stories because he knew everybody. John Mayall, he's from Chicago, so if you like the blues,
Yeah.
he studied with John Mayall, and then he went on to play with what's the song? Blue Cheer, the band Blue
Oh,
Cheer.
yeah. Nice.
What's
No,
that
it's
song?
not ringing a bell for me.
No, I'm,
Okay.
I'm terrible with names of songs.
Yeah.
Like if you're like singing the lyrics, I'm like, oh, especially the hook. I'm like, that's probably the
Ain't
name.
no cure for the
Summertime
summertime blue.
blues.
Da-da-da-da.
Right.
That's Blue Cheer.
Nice.
Totally have no idea what you're talking about. Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think in that, I think it was maybe it was in that pick or one of the other ones. But you had like this. I seen your bass amp. It's got the plush on it and the whole nine. The fatty.
Oh yeah, that was
He
called.
said, "Oh yeah."
They were called Custom.
Yeah, the customs. That's
The
right.
tuck and the roll.
Yeah, the
roll.
tuck and roll, man. Those were like, I don't know who thought that was an
Actually, some
awesome
of the-
idea, but it did look cool back in the day.
Some of the first bands, Creedence Clearwater, they all had those.
Oh, really?
I'm sure other bands too. So we had to have them too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there was Radio Shock. Was that after or before?
Radio Shock was 4 guys, also from California. I think that was after. Yeah. We had 4 guys. One was actually from Manhattan Beach,
Oh, cool.
Newport Beach. I was from Ventura, and California band.
Right. So how did that like? Were you guys close at the in proximity at that time, or because I mean there probably wasn't Craigslist, so you couldn't just be like, hey, oh, cool, you're looking for
That's
this.
a good point. I think we friend of a friend said, "Hey, I know a guy that's not
Gotcha.
too far down the coast," and or we'd play clubs in that area and meet other musicians, and then
Oh, cool.
kind of got their numbers. So yeah.
So what made you? Sorry, I'm kind of
No, go ahead.
I'm bulldogging here a
Oh,
little
do
bit.
it.
but-
Go ahead. I got my own questions. I'm saving for
Okay,
later.
cool. So
Yeah.
what made you choose like bass? What was it about bass that just
Oh
made?
my God. Okay, so for Christmas, my dad said, "Well, if we get you a guitar to my brother, why don't you, Tony, get a bass and
Okay.
you can
Gotcha.
start your first band?"
Nice.
So that's what we did. I mean, we're 11, 12 years old. Me and my
Gotcha.
brother Steve. We had our first band. I think our first gig was at our elementary school for like a PTA
Nice.
after school meeting,
You're like, check this out.
And our neighbor across the street, he was our lead singer. I played acoustic guitar, one of my dad's guitars. My brother played
Not one of the
electric
Martins, though,
guitar,
right?
and
Not-
then my right.
Yeah, no.
Not one of
Actually-
those.
Actually, it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. He's,
Yeah,
he's probably not gonna let him touch it again.
Right. And then my first cousin was our drummer.
Oh, cool.
He was
so
our
a
age,
family band.
like 11, 12 years old, playing our first gigs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I guess, and so it's kind of funny because we're kind of segueing into what I was going to ask. So because you talked about playing band in school, right? A little bit, right? So you got into playing music exactly how? Like why? Obviously, you said your dad did a little bit of music,
Yeah.
right? But what was it that made you say, hey, you know what? Yeah, this is something that I want to do.
You probably could ask any musician
Yeah.
when the Beatles came on Ed Sullivan's show.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
10 years old, I'm watching the Beatles on Ed Sullivan.
Uh-huh.
And I think everybody says, I want to play guitar. I want to play drums,
Yeah.
That's how it started.
Yeah. Beatlemania, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
It
mania
got a lot of
for
people.
days.
A lot of people going. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be those guys.
And then so you had. Now, I don't know if we know all the bands. Was it just those 2 bands that you were in kind of in California? Was it just those 2?
I probably had maybe 4 or 5 different bands
Okay.
in California.
Mm-hmm.
One was, early on, yeah, just like family, cousins,
Got it.
neighbor across the street. But then when I really wanted to get professional, I was about 18. And I hooked up with more professional musicians
Right.
in the area. Ventura really was a mecca for really talented
Yeah.
people. You know, we're not far from LA,
Right.
Oh,
whole area. But started going on the road with the groups, playing all over the states.
Oh, that must have been fun, huh?
Went to Alaska.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. How was that? Was it fun?
That was fun. It was really fun.
When you say it was
In
fun,
fact, it was in
why?
the summertime.
Oh,
You're up-
nice.
You're up in Anchorage, Alaska, and
Okay.
land of the midnight sun.
Right.
All your days. You go to work, it's light out. Get
Yeah.
off work, it's just dusk at
Right.
1:00 in the morning.
Right.
Gotcha.
So yeah, just continued on from there. I got into other things too, like I got into recording.
Right.
I really wanted to be more like a producer, engineer, recording. So our first record in that group, Bamboo, we done on a 4-track TIAC in my
Oh, yeah?
garage.
Nice.
So I kind of recorded it and produced it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah.
I'd be so scared to use one of those, I mean, I've seen them all my life too.
Yeah.
They've been around, but I mean, like,
That's the old reel to reel.
yeah, the reel to reels.
Damn.
I'm like, because,
Yeah.
tape is tape, man. And it can stretch and you got to have, the right this and you can't leave it out in the sun. And I'm just so nervous about it, man.
Oh yeah. You have to, if you want to make a edit, you have to take
Yeah. You actually got to
your
splice
razor
it.
blade, splice it on a splice
Yeah.
block.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I didn't like that
I've heard
note.
stories. I've never had to
Yeah.
deal with this, but
Yeah.
I've heard that's how that goes.
But I mean, a lot of groups did that back then, anyways.
Right.
And that's how I started. And went from the 4-track, got an 8-track machine,
yeah.
got a 16-track reel to
Ooh.
reel,
Okay.
and then digital came on.
Yeah, man.
The Alesis ADATs.
now,
Dat tape.
Yeah.
That's another one too, man. That's awesome.
and I got a question. In your mind, because I know you're a phenomenal player, whether it comes to singing, bass playing, I know you play multiple instruments. Why you did mention that? Yeah, I kind of found that recording and kind of that recording side is something that you were more interested in. How did that switch happen, and why did you decide that's something that you want to go for?
I think primarily because when I was learning a song for my band, I was thinking, you know what? I learned the bass part, but I want to know what the guitar player's doing.
Right.
So that when we get together at practice, and he goes, well, I listened to the song. No, you didn't.
Gotcha.
The guitar goes like this.
Yeah.
The keyboard goes like this.
yeah,
Got
yeah.
you.
You're not doing it. I know.
Got you.
So I thought, that's basically what a producer will do.
Right.
Right.
And that's what kind of led me into that genre.
Now-
I love being a musician, but I love behind the scenes. I love the
Right.
controlled environment
Right.
of a recording studio.
Mhm.
Now, was it just a self-serving, or was it something that you were like, hey, I want to be a big shot at this. I want to be the next Abbey Road or something.
Yes, I did. I had aspirations to take it further. So I took some classes at the college and kind of honed my craft on just learning what not to do when you're recording. Something sounds really terrible. Maybe it's an EQ thing.
Right.
Just learn what not to do and just keep striving for a better mix.
Mm-hmm.
I worked with some talented musicians too in the area. When I lived in Fairfield, I was kind of like the rap scene, area code 707.
Yeah, yeah.
So bands were coming in my studio. I had 2 partners in my studio too. And we want to put out like a rap album. So early rap, there's groups like The Click, E40.
E40, yeah.
They went on to do good things. Well, they recorded in our little studio in Fairfield.
Nice. Wow,
Yeah.
very cool.
And then when I
Now
moved
you had
up-
those football field mixers, right? You're like,
Right.
wait, I need an arm 10 foot long for.
Yeah. By that time, we had 16 tracks to work with
Okay.
and a huge Mackie 24/8 mixing board. So, and then after that, I hooked up with a couple of solo artists that wanted to do their acoustic tracks and everything. And one guy says, well, I'm going to bring a couple of guys in that I met in San Francisco, and they're going to come in and track some of my songs in your
Gotcha.
studio. I said, okay. 2 guys from the group Train.
Oh,
They
yeah,
recorded
yeah.
in my studio,
Wow.
the
very
drummer and Charlie, the bass player. And then, let's see, some other notables would come around, but mainly I was just like, I want to write my own songs too and self-produce what I do. So kind of the best of both worlds,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I get that. I get that too.
And so you mentioned you did go to schooling a little bit for it's. So is this related to schooling? The you go into schooling for sound, right?
Well, I studied in college. Actually high school, I took music theory classes.
Yeah.
I studied piano. That piano was actually my first formal training.
Man, I wish I would have
8,
started
9
on
years
piano.
old.
Me too. I think every
Dude.
musician feels.
I know
the
all
same
the
way.
like the really good musicians that have all this,
Yeah, they're always like, my first instrument's piano,
and it is.
course
I mean,
it
it's
is.
kind of
Of
nice
course
because
it
it's just all laid out there.
It is.
for
It's
you.
like an open book,
Right.
Whether you play guitar or other instruments. So I learned first on piano. I took formal lessons about 3-4 years, and then the Beatles happened. Got to have a rock.
Yeah,
Got to play
it
rock
up.
and roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to be rock now.
But I trained my ear. So my training was music theory, advanced theory, composition. But learning songs from day one was like on a record player. Get that arm and that needle. Have to take it back if you want to relearn that one section of the song, So,
right.
and then CDs came along, and then now it's all digital based,
Right.
hard based. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody even wants CDs anymore, which is
know.
it's like I'm like, man, I had an awesome collection, man. I had some stuff, dude, and
Well, you
now
guys
it's
do recording too, don't you? Still?
yeah. I mean, Kevin more so than I do.
Yeah.
I had a little stint in it, and I was kind of the opposite. I quickly realized I did not want to do that.
No.
It was totally
Yeah.
self-serving
Well,
for me because I was like, I didn't want to pay all the time to have somebody do it, especially for small little ideas.
Yeah.
And then when I started to take on clients, I'm like, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I asked it, because like some people, right? Like you're a great musician, right?
Well, thank you.
I
I think so.
I'm a great musician.
Yeah,
I
you're a
like
great
to think. And so are you,
You guys
Tony.
are, yeah.
But some people tend to gravitate towards certain things. Like I actually do really love recording other people and recording myself. Like I enjoy. That's probably the only tech side of music that I actually enjoy, because I actually don't care about gear and amps and heads.
See,
and,
I do. I'm a gearhead.
Right,
I like
okay,
all the,
see,
the
that's
new
not my
bells
thing.
and whistles.
But like, Tony,
Yeah.
that's why I asked that question, because it's kind of weird for younger musicians who might be coming up, finding out who they are as a musician.
Yeah.
They might find out, man, actually, you know what? I dig more the recording side of it, right? So it's kind of cool that you gravitated that way.
Well,
There-
and you're still doing it.
Yeah. There's like a fine line though, because when you're creating in an artistic mode, but then you have to be an engineer and the technical aspect. Oh, shoot, this isn't coming through right.
Right.
How come there's latency? What's
Yeah.
going on? And then you lose that creative part. And you go,
Right.
oh, crap.
Yeah, it kind of stifles what you're
Yeah.
trying to come
Yeah,
up with.
so-
Yeah, I get that.
It's like if you have a bona fide engineer
Right.
and then a producer over here, but no, you have
Yes.
to be both,
Right.
No, I do wish I had somebody who could just sit in my chair and do what I'm thinking engineer wise.
So you get frustrated from time to time, but
Oh, absolutely.
just got to keep on keeping on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and that's your current studio, Bayview, right? Bayview Studios.
Bayview Studios.
Yeah.
On Bayview.
I've been there myself,
Yes.
and it's an awesome little place, man. I love it. It's just like you wouldn't even think it's there. It's just kind of hidden
Yeah.
away and downstairs, and he's got the run of the place, and it's nice. And you got a bay view. It's beautiful over there.
True.
Yeah, I think the second time I ever recorded, I think the first time was in Vinny's like side room in his house, but then we wanted to
Yeah.
record, I think 5 songs, and I think we did it at
Right.
your studio. Yes, with Stepping on Embers. Is that the name of the band? Sure, we'll go with it. I don't.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's been
And
so long.
it was Josh Diego was your drummer, right?
Yeah. Well, I think I drummed on that album.
Oh,
I don't remember. It was so
Yeah.
long ago. But it
been
came
a
out
minute.
great. It sounds great.
well, we've
you
known
know?
Tony for a while, so
Exactly.
it's-
That was a
it was-
long
yeah.
time ago.
I've done, remember the band, oh gosh, 20 years ago, Lunar Active.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Keenan was
Tony,
in that,
yeah,
and
Anthony Munoz.
Anthony Munoz, and gosh, what's his name? The artist, I can't think of his name. Amazing kid too.
Yeah, I did 3 albums for them. 2 albums for Timberwolf.
Oh,
Soul-
nice.
Soul
I didn't know
Pie.
that.
Soul
Soul
Pie.
Pie?
Yeah, I did
How
their
was
album.
that? Oh my gosh, you did
Gosh,
Soul Pie.
with-
That's like
with-
a
yeah, with-
huge band.
Yeah, because they had horns.
Horn
Yeah.
section and oh my
Right.
gosh,
Yeah.
wow! I couldn't even imagine.
It was a treat. I've done bluegrass groups from the area and talented musicians, you know. But the one time was working with the Gorstones, all acoustic instruments,
Oh, cool.
and they're used to
Okay.
playing all together.
Right.
Oh, but yeah, you're like
So you
that's
can't-
not
okay,
gonna.
we'll do that on an overdub. No, we have to do it all in one fell swoop, you know. So,
Wow.
so it's setting each instrument, like acoustic guitar, upright bass, a mando over here,
Right.
another acoustic guitar over here in one room, and try and get the sound.
Right. They kind of did that back
As
in
a
the day,
whole.
didn't they? I mean, even
yeah,
even the
yeah.
Beatles, some of that stuff is,
Yeah.
they're all together and laying some of that
yes,
stuff down.
and of course that's how they did it. Like that's how they almost had to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but now it's like, oh, we can have 30 billion tracks.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so I guess as you have an artist come in and they're like, no, it's all got to be one take.
Yeah.
We all got to do it at the same time. How
Wow.
do you deal with that? Like,
Really.
Gosh.
I think one thing I'm really proud of is so back in California, I had my studio in my garage. Excuse me. A good friend of mine redesigned my whole garage, 2 separate rooms.
hmm
And that's when the fellows from Train came in for this one client. And then my son Tobin calls me up and says, hey, Dad, Papa Roach wants to record in your studio. They were
cool.
unsigned at the time.
uh-huh.
Tobin was not even 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
Same 4 guys, original
Right.
members.
Yeah.
So they came in to my studio there. I was living in Pittsburgh, California,
Okay.
near Concord, Walnut Creek.
Mhm.
And we did like an 11-track CD, the one just before they got signed to DreamWorks. So it was kind of like, wow, this is really cool. Kind of got them kickstarted.
Yeah.
They were playing clubs down in L.A., Hollywood area, and from there they just got signed, to DreamWorks. And
Now, do you still got all those takes and stuff?
I do.
Oh, that's awesome.
I do. In
dude.
fact,
That'd be so cool.
after they got signed and were, a big group, they called me up and, hey, Dad, we're going to re-release
Oh.
the album that you did. This is 2005.
Oh, awesome.
God.
When they
Gotcha.
first recorded, it was 1997.
Oh, wow. So
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Jacoby was 18.
Yeah. I was one.
Dave was 18.
Okay.
So that's a real treat to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
help them
absolutely.
get.
Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely.
You were the
You want to re-record?
you were
it?
the Papa
Okay,
of
yeah.
Papa Roach, man.
Or
Yeah.
re-release it, yeah. So
That's
that was
awesome,
cool.
man.
Yeah. It's called Old Friends from Young Years. It's on Wikipedia. You can check it out.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I do have another question really quick. Now, this is more of an informational thing, and then I'd like to segue into more of once you got up here to Oregon. For people who do want to be, let's say, a studio sound kind of guy, how do you mentally, because you work with a lot of different artists, right? Whether it's just one vocalist or, oh, I'm a ska singer or, oh, I have 15 band members, whatever.
Okay.
How do I deal with all these different types of people? Like, how do you do it? Like, what kind of mindset do you have to deal with all these different types of people?
I think a good engineer basically, if I'm not called upon to produce somebody, have them come in, make them feel comfortable, kind of hear what they want to accomplish, and just go with it. Just be like second ears,
Right.
and they'll always ask you, "How was that take? Was that good?" See, that was okay. That was great. Let's do another take.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
kind of keep that motion going. Maybe 3 takes.
Right.
And then sometimes you find that the first take was the keeper.
You're right.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And then once they get, let's say they're new to recording like that, they eventually they get the bug and they can't stop. They want to come back again. And,
Right.
so.
What do you now? Here's one that I get all the time, right? Because I record some of my buddies and I
Yeah.
record people that come through, and they'll always say, "Well, what do you think? What do you think about that take?"
Yeah.
And usually I say, well, what do you think about the take?
Yeah.
Right?
Good point.
Well, I don't know. What do you think? It's like, no, it's not about what I think. Do you
Yeah.
like the sound or not? And I guess that's where you're dealing with somebody who hasn't recorded a lot because they don't really necessarily know what they want to hear yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Usually when they're tracking, the first process is just, tracking. And they know that, okay, the vocals can be redone. So don't put the emphasis on singing and playing guitar.
Right.
The main thing is if you have a drummer, if the drums aren't really sitting where they should be in the song, you can't overdub a drum later.
Right.
Because most of these bands are not used to having a click track. They come in raw.
That would be my first
And
thing.
so you can't punch in drums,
right.
which is usually the case with these groups that don't have a lot of, being seasoned in the studio. So.
Right.
What do you do when a band comes in and they say, "Hey, I don't use a click track"? What do you do? What do you do?
You're like,
do you tell them they have to?
I would say I would go home and start, please.
Yeah.
Because that's difficult.
Well, that's what you tell them before they even come into the studio. Hey, do you play with a click track? You should study working with a click track.
Oh.
At least know what beats per minute you want to
Right.
track the song at.
And for people that don't know what a click track is, it's basically a metronome. It's literally a click,
BPMs.
click, and it keeps you on,
Yeah.
right, your beats per minute.
Yeah. It's fun to watch these groups. They start off at this tempo and then starts to speed up and then slows down again.
Right.
But hey, if the feel's there and you
Right.
like it,
Yeah. And sometimes that's
Okay.
okay. So like you said, sometimes that's okay, to push and pull a little bit for
yeah,
dramatics of the song.
you're
for
not
sure.
aiming for perfection, just a good vibe.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
I
And have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
really-
that
that's
is.
really
And I'd always ask people too, like, especially like to your question, with some of the sound
Yeah.
stuff, like, well, what kind of what's a CD or what's an album that you're like, that sound is kind of what I'm going for, like that drum sound
Yeah.
or that I'm like, because that gives me as a an engineer to be like, oh, okay, I kind of know what you're going for now, because
Oh yeah.
some people don't know how to articulate it and explain, like, this is what I want. This gritty.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you could tell me a
Yeah.
million words, but I'm an ear guy, so like,
That's true. Especially when you go do final mixes. It's nice to have a reference track
Right.
for what you like. But that's more for like EQ settings and
Yeah.
whatever. you know.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
That's always fun. I have clients that just want to come in and do a karaoke track.
right.
Like one fella, we've probably recorded 250 songs.
Oh wow.
He'll come in he'll send me the MP3s, karaoke, and then he syncs up his phone because he has to learn the words off the phone.
Okay.
I'm ready on the start of the computer. 1, 2.
Oh wow.
Start.
Okay. Okay.
Oh dang.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, well, that's really cool. That's cool that I didn't even think about it in a way like that, right? It's cool that you run a studio where it's like, hey, man, I just want to come in and sing some karaoke, but I
Yeah.
want to have it recorded so I can show my kids later or something. That's
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool that you do that,
I'll record anybody.
Right. Yeah. Well, and that's a great attitude too. So some people
Yeah.
like, I'll only record like this or that. And like, bro, okay, well, you're not gonna make it very far because.
But you know what also is fun? I love doing live mixing, live recording, or live, mixing for a band live.
Oh yeah, you're the man. You were
It's fun
you were a staple at the mill
because you have one chance to get it right.
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 Okay, guys, can you run that song again?
Yeah.
No, you don't get again.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
on doing the next song.
Yeah. And it's another animal. There's pressures on a
Yeah.
little bit too. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, you were at the Mill Casino. You were their house sound guy for quite a number of years,
About
right?
13 years.
Yeah.
In fact, Aurora was the last band.
Yeah, we were the very last. Man,
Remember, it was March Madness about to start, and the casino was going to take 2 weeks off anyways. That's when the pandemic hit.
yeah,
and
it was.
everything just went cold turkey.
Man, I loved coming to the Mill because we knew we were going to sound amazing.
Oh yeah.
It was like,
Tony
hey,
always made
we
us
could
sound
bank
great.
on Tony. Like, not
yeah.
all sound guys are
Oh,
created
that
equal,
was-
man. It was like, dude, we know we're going to sound awesome in here.
Yeah.
A lot of good bands came through there.
It was so many good bands.
Yeah, The Cause, Mr.
Wizard.
Wizard, yeah.
Yeah.
To backtrack a little bit, but you were doing some stuff there musically.
Yes.
Before you
that's
became
what I was
the
going to
sound
say. Let's
engineer.
backtrack this second. So I know there was
You're right.
Nightfall There was Nightfall, right? Is that the name of the band, or am I wrong? Correct.
with Anthony.
Anthony
Bass guitar, yeah.
and Steve Richardson, I think you
Right.
guys kind of
Yeah,
played
yeah,
together,
trio.
right?
Right.
And you guys played there at the Mill.
Actually, when I first moved up here, it was a family band. It was me, my ex Karen, and then
That's right.
their two brothers,
Oh, cool.
That's
Rod.
right. Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah, Rod Cook
That's right.
and Pat Cook. He was the youngest of the Cook brothers, and we were the Flashbacks. We
Yeah,
started
the flashbacks. I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I do
like
remember that.
late 98, 99. We played every weekend at the casino. And they
Nice.
finally started bringing other bands in, but
Right.
it was a cushy little gig. For
Yeah,
a
oh
while.
yeah. You were like, you had it sewed up. You're like, no,
Yeah.
we're it.
Yeah.
And that was in the Warehouse 101?
Well,
Or was it
It
somewhere
wasn't
else?
Warehouse 101 at that time, right?
No, it was called the Cook Shack, actually.
Okay.
Oh wow,
Okay.
they literally got their name on the door.
Exactly, yeah. It's where the old buffet used to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And now it's been totally remodeled again.
Oh, like
How
50
many
times.
times?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
so
gonna
50
say.
times over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you were with, and then it was just you and Anthony for a while. You guys were doing a little duo there for a minute.
I've done
too?
a duo there. I was a single on Sunday nights.
Oh, cool.
Just me, guitar. I had backing tracks
Oh right.
on
No, you
on
know,
a DAT recorder.
I gotta
you know?
say, you were like a inspiration on the backing track thing for me, because some people got their little caveats about that, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, your backing tracks." But I was like, "Dude, Tony's killing it!" Like, and he's making all these stuff too, because you couldn't just go and get this stuff.
Yeah.
Like Tony was like,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, cool," and he's laying down
Yeah.
the keys or he's laying down the stuff and he's doing all the synth work, and I'm like, "Man, this sounds awesome, man!" So
Right.
yeah,
And pretty much even well-known bands, everybody's doing backing tracks to some
everybody's
degree. you know?
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, does now, but really, do even the big bands do? Like Papa Roach doesn't use them,
No,
do they?
Oh, they do.
I know
do.
they do. It was
You're
it was a
like, it was
rhetorical question. I already
rhetorical.
knew the answer, but because some people will say that.
Yeah.
Well,
They're like,
no, not the big
man,
ones.
I
man.
seen
They're-
them live, baby. I was like, yeah, well, live is live, but yeah, they got tracks, man.
Yeah, they have two laptops running in the back, and if one should go down, there's a redundancy. The other one
Oh.
can continue on, but it's triggering. I don't know if it's QLab or whatever they use, but it's triggering the lights. It triggers even on their Axifx processors. It's changing all their patches for them.
them, right?
So they just entertain.
Oh wow!
yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of
That's sick.
it's kind of more of the new thing too, like especially with these guys, because they're on the road, they're, especially if they're touring or something like,
Yeah.
we don't want to have to go through, and it's
Yeah.
like, bam, everything's automated, it's changing my patch, it's changing this is the
Yep.
part of the song, everything's
Yeah.
synced, and that way, God, could you imagine though if it wasn't, it would be a pain in the butt, man. You'd have to make sure you're
Yeah.
on it every time, every, exacting, man, that would
Yeah.
be tough.
Right.
I'm sure in the early days of backing tracks, sometimes the machine would stop. So they would have to play live, but three-piece rock band, they can still perform like
Right.
they did initially when they first got started. So
Yeah.
they could carry on.
They could carry it,
Yeah.
right?
But now it's so precise and everything. It's like,
Yeah.
Now, what was it? I don't mean to like bring this up, but Anthony has talked to me before. Anthony Pescatore. He's like, oh yeah, back when me and Tony used to do backing tracks,
yeah.
we had a little. I might be wrong. He's like we had a Tascam. We had this thing, and it'd play through it. It was like a CD, and then it was like hooked up. Is that how you used to do the backing tracks? How'd you do the backing tracks before?
With Anthony?
Yeah, with Anthony. How'd you do it? Like nowadays, it's
No.
all digital. It's like, oh, you got a computer.
No, it was digital, but it was on a DAT recorder.
Okay.
It's like it's linear tape, but it's a digital
Mhm.
processing.
Right.
Okay.
A little small cassette like this.
Okay.
But it was nice because you could character the titles of the songs on the DAT
Oh,
recorder.
got you.
You could
Okay.
advance to the next song or
Got
Right.
you.
third, fourth
It was
song.
it was like digital before like computerizing digital.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
like
cool.
when the Alesis ADATs came out, they were eight-track modules, but it was on a Super VHS cassette. So you still have linear motion with the tape.
Oh.
We had 4 machines, and once
I
in
know,
a
he's
while,
like, damn. He's like, I don't know how you guys did this stuff back in the
there were
day.
4 tracks. I'm sorry, 8 tracks on each machine. So we had this big remote control unit that would control all 4 of them at once.
At once, simultaneously.
But sometimes there was a latency. One would start late, or the spool, the tape would come out of the spool, and it's like, oh my God.
No.
Yeah. Those were the fun days.
What's funny to hear you talk about stuff like that is
Yeah.
because I've grown up listening to people like you and Anthony and Vinny and who've gone through all that stuff, right? And so
Yeah.
I have an understanding of it, but some of the kids that are especially young nowadays, they might not even really know what you guys had to go through to do what you guys did. And it's pretty crazy. Nowadays it's like, ooh, press record, my computer does everything.
Right.
You got everything.
Yeah, and you can just quick edit and
It's
undo
super
and
simple,
redo and
right?
copy paste.
I pretty much went through the whole gamut from, I had backing tracks that were just on a 4-track cassette player.
Right.
So your cassettes, night after night, the oxidized, they would come off the,
Oh yeah.
Right.
so we had
Dude.
backups to our backups so we could
Wow.
keep gigging. But then I bought Ensoniq ASR10, a stereo sampler keyboard. Had a 16-track sampler on it. So
Okay.
that would play all of our backing tracks in true digital on the keyboard.
Oh
Gotcha.
wow, cool.
Yeah, had a floppy disk drive,
Yeah.
load up a bass, drums,
So
and
cool.
just the 2 of us.
How far we've come. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is.
That's
It's just
crazy.
Yeah.
amazing.
Now I do got another question for you. So you have Sean, you have Tobin,
Anthony.
Yeah.
yep, and daughter.
Kendall.
Yeah, daughter.
A daughter, Kendall. I have a daughter in San Diego, April.
Okay.
Oh.
She's a nurse. Kendall is a medical assistant.
She's preggers right now, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
Yeah, she certainly is.
Okay.
And then Anthony's wife, Blaze, she's due in July.
Oh man,
Nice.
So
awesome! A bunch of
2 more grandkids
yeah,
for a total of 7.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
blessed though. I mean, your family's great.
Yeah. And I guess my question was, so I know you got, so does your other daughter, is she into music too? I know Sean and Tobin are.
And Anthony. Anthony's with.
Oh, yeah.
With
yeah.
Tobin
Anthony
right
big
now.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony, he got picked up. First, he went on the road with Papa Roach as like a PA, a personal assistant.
Mm-hmm.
He was a drum tech one year. And then him and Tobin and the rest of the guys, they started co-writing songs together.
Yeah, he was always. Anthony always had a great
was on,
mind
like,
and creative.
The first 4 albums, and they finally said, you know what? Well, let's get you in the
let's
band.
get you
in the
going,
band.
dude. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
It's like, man, he's
Yeah.
killing it in the studio,
Yeah.
and yeah.
So he's the fifth member. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 members. Yeah,
And yeah, Twan was so great. He ended, you
actually
know,
5.
he was gracious enough to take, because I got, you know, down the line, I got that guitar, you know, and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and it got kicked down to me, and you know, now I got a death grip on it. I won't let it go. But I asked Tony. I said, you know, maybe one of these times when you hook up with the boys, just you know, and you hate to ask, like, can I get his signature? You know, but I was asking, and he's like, yeah, you know, I'll give it a go, see if the guys are, and they all signed it. And Jacoby did his old signature, and Twan kind of personalized it to Max, and so like you know, that's a rare bird. Like he's like, they don't
Yeah.
usually personalize. Jacoby hasn't done this signature in a while, and you got all 5 signatures on. He's like, don't you ever let go of that? And I said, oh, I won't.
I thought for sure he probably won't sign it because he's usually in his own. He's all by himself after the gigs, you know,
Right.
just kind of decompressing from the gig. And so Tobin brought the guitar in. He says, "Oh, we'll get him to sign it." So takes it in. Jacoby's looking at the guitar. Jerry was looking at it too. Oh, that's like my guitar,
Yeah.
the Schecter. And so, yeah, Jacoby just grabbed it. He had it strewn out like this, had the body sitting down. He goes, and he actually put P. Roach on it too. Didn't he?
Yeah. He did.
His name, and then
I was like,
he
man,
got all signatures.
so
yeah.
cool. And
Nice.
I'll throw a pic in this podcast too. I'll throw it up there so you guys can see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I was gonna post it a long time ago, but I was kind of scared too because I'm like, man, I don't want to get robbed. I was like, somebody's gonna come to my house and take this damn thing. I'm like, no. But yeah, so
Yeah.
blessed, and again, thank you so much for doing that, and
sure.
thank all the boys too. I really
course,
appreciate it.
yeah.
That's one of my favorites, man. It's on the wall, and it's
Yeah, they're
I
both
love it.
going to be here. Tobin and Anthony are coming for Sean's wedding. He's
Nice.
getting married
Awesome.
in August.
Yes.
But they'll be here early July for a little bachelor party.
Oh, cool!
yeah.
Right,
Well, you
on.
gotta have those.
Yeah, nice.
They'll be in town, so yeah.
Very cool.
See my
Very cool.
boys.
So did you make all the boys get into the music? Did
Yeah,
you
I was
make
gonna
them-
say,
hey,
was it like drilled into
Well-
them, or were they just kind of under Dad's desk while he's producing?
I
and-
think it's just my dad. But there was always music in my home, so my dad played guitar, gave us our first electric guitars, and kind of like passed the baton on to my boys, you know.
yeah,
And what's really interesting because here's Tobin. He's 10 years older than Anthony. Sean's 5 years younger
Yep.
than Anthony. So there's a 15-year
right.
spread.
Span,
But they both just found that their calling was music and composing. And yeah, you give your kid their first guitar or their first bass in this case. But how do you teach your kids to compose
right.
songs?
Yeah,
You know, that's the lifeblood of the industry
right.
Right.
is
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
writing songs for the next album.
Right.
So these guys just on their own start composing and writing together. And
I
it's
remember
like,
back in the day,
dude.
Anthony would show me stuff down in the studio, and
Yeah.
I think it was on like Words Fall Short or something
yeah,
like that.
words fall short.
Yeah, and he was just like, check this out. I'm like, God, dude. I'm like, wow. And he was younger than me. I think I was like,
Yeah.
20s at that time, and he's in his teens, and he's like, I'm like, God, this kid's blowing my ass away.
Yeah,
man.
there
I
was a
like, he's
band
awesome.
from Bandon that were called Glitch.
Yeah, Glitch.
They came in the studio and they asked Anthony, he's like 14, 15. Hey, Anthony, can you play play guitar on this one particular song? So he did. You know, I think he got the bug early
Yeah.
from all the bands coming into my studio. He had his band. I recorded Words Fall Short.
Yeah.
And he's about 16. We went down to see Tobin. The band was already, and Popper was already, a big group. So he's hearing Anthony's band's little composition. He goes, "Wow, that's pretty darn good."
Yeah,
You know, so
right. Yeah, it
little
was.
hometown stuff. So yeah, they just got the bug and went with it. So yeah.
So for other people that might watch this, right, dads or
Yeah.
moms, and they have their kids, right, like because it's something that I even ask myself, right, is like I'm super into music, right? It kind of got passed down to me through my dad, and,
Yeah.
my grandpa, and I wondered to myself, do I push my daughter into it? Do I let her find it on her own? What age did they decide they wanted to do that? Kind of a thing. Did it?
Well, you really can't push them into
Right.
it, you know?
Mhm.
Like maybe in sports, if you take your son golfing or your daughter golfing and baseball.
Right.
I really don't think you're going to have that
I think
trouble.
the music is just contagious. I mean, your daughter obviously
Well,
She's around
and
music
that's what's
constantly.
weird for me because I was by her age. I remember I was drumming
yeah.
at 4 years old. I was in there drumming.
Well, she's come
Yeah.
up on our stage, man.
She's 6. Come on,
Oh, I
let's get on the kit, bro. What are we waiting
Well,
on?
I think she wants to sing. I think she wants to sing because she does, man.
Okay.
She comes up. She'll like if she's we play these gigs where
Yeah.
kids are allowed and stuff, and she's ready to be on stage. She's just like she sees Christina doing it. She
Yeah.
watches us.
You
She's
start
like,
a family band.
right.
You know.
She's.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
then-
think you're gonna have to push too hard.
All right. Well, then let's make it happen. Let's write an album. Start writing. Let's go. I've got all
do
the
it.
way to records. Let's make it happen.
You got Chris too.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Very big
So-
supporter.
Believe it
of
or
you.
not, she actually played a 12-string Ovation guitar.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So I've been trying to get her, come on,
Yeah.
let's get back into it. She had a little church thing back in the day, so she learned a few chords and stuff. But yeah, I still have her guitar, but now it's a 6-string, not a 12-string.
Right. Those are cool. I remember the
Yeah.
first time I messed with a 12 string. I was like, man, this is
Yeah.
awesome, dude. These are
I
very
guess
cool.
looking back to going back to the early days of being inspired by the Beatles, at age 17, I had the most coolest experience. Got a phone call. My sister got a phone call. We're living in Ventura, down on the beach, and somebody called my sister Lynn and goes, "John Lennon is at John's at the beach, off of Seward Avenue," which is like where I live. There's like Pierpont Boulevard. There's a series of lanes. We lived on Weymouth Lane, go right up to the sand dunes. So Seward Avenue, there's a little restaurant, and it was called John's at the Beach.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Got a phone call. I'm going, no way, John Lennon? So I asked my mom to borrow the car. I'm 17 years old. I have
Nice.
long hair down to here.
Oh, I know.
I go, what if he was there and I didn't at least go check it out?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was a diehard Beatle fan from day one. I had all their albums. My dad bought me a Hofner Beatle bass
Nice.
Nice.
when I was 14.
Love that bass too.
So I go into this bar. There's a bartender. He's going, you shouldn't be in here. I go, oh, I'm just going over to the restaurant side to use the restroom. So I go over there, and who's hitting balls behind a little pool table? John and Yoko.
Oh wow.
No way,
Yeah.
bro.
Awesome.
This is surreal. This is 1972,
Yeah.
2 years after they broke up. The Beatles broke up in
Right.
70. So I'm going, oh my God.
Yeah.
There he is.
There he
There's
is,
the man.
Yeah.
And then some guy says to John, hey, we have a couple of guitars back over in the bar where I came in. Would you like to get up and jam? I'm thinking he's going to say, sorry, guys. I got
Yeah. No,
He
thank you,
turned-
man.
yeah,
I
he
couldn't
he
if I
turned to
wanted
this
to.
other guy that was apparently driving them around. They actually were staying in a town called Ojai,
Okay.
just off of back in the hills from Ventura. I found out later, but so anyways, John turns to this driver guy and goes, yeah, sure. I don't normally do this, but I feel pretty good.
Nice. You're like, yeah.
So
you do.
John goes into the bar. I kind of moseyed in, and I sat like 15 feet back in the little deuce in this bar, maybe 15 people in the bar. And he got up on they got a couple of stools for John and Yoko. Another guy, there was an upright piano in the corner, so he got up on the piano, and they just started playing some Beatles songs. I think maybe some other songs. And then he said, oh, here's a song from my new band, Elephant's Memory. It was his band from Canada.
Oh, trip.
So then he's playing guitar, singing, and then all of a sudden Yoko's doing her,
Oh
Yeah, her
going-
crazy stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Yeah.
So I had it all planned. When I left the house, I said, maybe I'll grab a pen and a piece of paper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You always have to.
So he did about,
Maybe.
he did about
Get out of here, maybe.
4 or 5 songs. And then when he stepped down, I came around like this. Thank God they didn't cart me, I go up to John, extended my hand. So John Lennon shook my hand.
Nice.
Nice.
And I
gonna
asked him
wash
for
in
his
this.
autograph. And he goes, oh, okay, sure. There was a jukebox, 45 jukebox back in the 70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Glass top. So I had this piece of paper that it was a receipt from, I just enrolled at college that year in September. This is May of 72. And it was an ASB bookstore receipt, time stamped with the date
Nice.
on it and my name. On the other side, it was blank. So I said, could I have your autograph, John? He goes, sure. To Tony from John Lennon on that piece of paper.
Wow.
It's in my studio.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it
I
is.
still have it.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta
If
still
you
have
didn't, we'd have other words, sir.
But what a cool thing, to meet.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's
man.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Very
crazy.
cool. Especially, someone like one of your idols. Got to be.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to be amazing.
I was on cloud 9 still am.
Still,
Yeah.
right? You never
You're
let
like,
it.
when I think about it,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm right there right
again.
now. Yeah.
Oh man, how cool. I couldn't even imagine. That'd be so amazing.
I tell that story to people and they go, oh, that's so cool. Then I say, and I'll tell you guys.
Yeah.
So like a week later, I'm walking along the beach in the sand off my lane, and here's Seward Avenue, right? I walk up over Seward Avenue. I'm thinking, wow, that's where I met John Lennon.
Uh-huh.
I'm walking by myself. I see the door where I came in. There's a sidewalk, and I'm walking past the sidewalk. This is a week later,
Uh-huh.
just off the cuff, just walking. I look in the window. There's John and Yoko again a week later.
Oh, trip.
So I ran home because my girlfriend, she lived the street over from me. She was also in my band. She was our singer. in
Oh,
the band.
nice.
She was 16. I was 17.
Okay.
Like the song.
Yeah, I was gonna
I was 16, going on
No,
17.
Yeah, nice.
She didn't believe me the first time, right? That I met John Lennon. So I went to her house. I said, shake my hand. She goes, what? Shake my hand. She goes, okay. You're the first person to shake my hand. I just shook John Lennon's hand. She didn't believe me, right? So this next time I ran home, I said, come on, he's there again.
Yes.
So this time he was over in this one little area. And so her and I went in that door. We sat a deuce behind them. So here's John, here's Yoko, here's my girlfriend Debbie, and me. And so we sat there, ordered a Coke or something. John leans down, looks at me, and goes, haven't I seen you before?
Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
I go, yeah, I met you last week.
You're like,
And
You can
Yeah,
adopt
it
me,
does.
man. You can, like, I'll see you every day.
He goes, you remind me of a friend of mine. He was living back in New York then. He goes, David Peel, you remind me of a friend of mine. Yeah. I said, really? Okay. I had long hair and glasses, you know. So I asked him, hey, John, could you give Debbie your autographs? He took a cocktail napkin and wrote to Debbie from John Lennon on it. So that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
very cool.
Nice.
So I met
So
him.
I told you.
I met
That's
him twice,
crazy.
2 times
Yeah,
in
that's-
1 week.
That is so awesome. And to be fair, you were a good looking kid. I seen some pictures of you back in the day. Even the
Really?
bamboo. Oh man, Well, he had a little froey going on,
Yeah.
and he had like the pimp glasses, you know,
Yeah.
like mob's glasses going on. I'm like, damn, Tony,
Way back in the day, maybe.
look at this guy, look at this cool cat, man.
Nice.
It's great to see everybody. I mean, John Lennon, he's gone, but
Yeah.
Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr,
Yeah,
83, 84, 85 years old.
yeah, still playing.
Yeah. So gives me hope.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And they still
Yeah.
kind of do that. Well, Paul, I just seen a little thing with him. It was like one of these over in England, you know, the taxi cab thing, and I can't remember his
Yeah.
name that does it, but they totally did that. Rolled up in a little place, little bar, and you know, they opened the curtain, and you
Yeah.
know, all the people in the bar were, you know, expecting some whatever band, and
Yeah.
it was Paul. And you know, he had some band members, and they
And I'm sure
got
they
down,
really
and it was
enjoy that. Just a small, intimate crowd.
Oh, it didn't stay that
Right.
way. Like literally,
Oh,
the
yeah.
word got
They all
out
come
because
around,
of
yeah.
social media and cell phones, and within like 20 minutes, like down the block were like hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah.
So they had to get shuffled out. But
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
man, I couldn't even imagine that. You know, back in the day when there wasn't that stuff, you probably,
Right.
you probably couldn't get away with that stuff anymore. Now it would have been just so damn packed, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially if
Yeah.
they knew he was frequenting the place. It was like, damn.
Yeah. I did get to see Paul McCartney play in concert. 2005, Tobin was with me and his wife, and my wife and myself. We got to see him at the not the Moda Center, but before that it was called the
Gotcha. I know
The
what
Rose-
you're talking about.
Rose
but-
Garden.
The Rose Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw him in 2005. What was really cool was I saw Papa Roach on the same stage
Oh, very cool.
in 2001 with Eminem. It was the Anger Management
Anger
Tour.
management tour. Yeah.
Nice.
And Eminem asked Papa Roach to be on tour with them.
Nice.
Their second album had just broke on Billboard #2. The number one album was Eminem's album.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to see them on the same stage. And
Very
then Paul
cool.
McCartney comes in. It's like, okay, Lord, you can take me now.
Yeah. I can't get much better than this.
Yeah.
But you did go to Abbey Road, and you had your
Oh my God,
couple of your
that's
boys
right.
with you too. Yeah, I seen some of
Yeah.
that. That's what
Yeah,
a
that
dream
was,
come true for that, man.
November 2017. my boys go, "Hey, Dad, for Father's Day, we're going to bring you to Europe on tour with us."
Right.
So we went up to Scotland and all over England, and so I'm on a tour bus with 13 other guys, right?
Okay.
Entourage, the band. So we toured on this tour bus. I had to sleep on the bottom bunk.
We love you, Dad,
this
but you're
big.
sleeping on the bottom.
So I roll in there. I'm going, "Oh my God, claustrophobia." So
Yeah.
I'd open the curtain really quick.
Yeah.
I have to get used to this because I'll be here for 6 days.
Yeah.
But we ended up in London. I'm going, "Hey guys, any chance can we go to Abbey Road Studios?
Just spitballing here.
Just by any chance."
Yeah.
So I'm looking it up. How far is it? Oh, it's 20 minutes away. 20, that's all? So their management hooked us up. But they said you have to be there like 8:30 in the morning because it's still a working
Right,
studio.
it's working
You can't just
studio.
go
Oh, yeah.
anytime you want.
Yeah.
So we got there on a Tuesday morning, 8:30. Lovely lady, Fiona. She was our tour manager or tour guide, I should say.
Yeah.
So we go into the first studio. It's the big studio where they do all the orchestration. I mean, John Williams.
Right. Yeah.
So, and there's these keyboards. There's an old piano, upright Steinway
Very
piano.
cool.
She's got, this is the piano that Paul McCartney played Lady Madonna on. Wow. She goes, "You can play it if you want." Really?
Really? Yeah.
So I slid in there. I'm playing this piano and I'm going, "Oh my God."
How cool.
That was cool. And then we went into the studio 2. And she goes, and in this studio, Fiona goes, of the 190 songs that the Beatles wrote, no, the 210, 190 were recorded in this studio. And I'm going, "Oh my God,
Wow.
that's the place." And then there's this stairwell that goes up. That's where George Martin and the engineers were looking down on the boys. So I'm just thinking, wow, did they stand here? Did they play here?
All the history there, especially.
Oh my God.
Gosh, what a
Yeah.
man.
In your head, you're
a
just
2.5 hour tour
Yeah.
of Abbey Road Studios inside.
I would die.
It was
I would
crazy.
just die right
That's
then and there.
And then when we thought it was all over, we're down having like a coffee drink, or she goes, "What do you guys want? Breakfast." They have a little cafe,
Yeah.
there. And would you guys like to go hear the recent remastered digital of Abbey Road album?
Yeah.
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 So we went into the big production room with like 40 speakers all around you,
Oh, wow.
surround sound. And they go, "Okay, there's a guy on Pro Tools over here on a computer." He goes, "So what songs you want to hear? How about the whole intro to Abbey, Sgt. Pepper's album?"
Gotcha.
So I said, "I'd like to hear maybe Within You, Without You." That was George Harrison's
Right.
with the sitar.
George.
Yeah. So we got to sit and hear the remastered versions, digital.
Wow.
Ah,
That's
it was like,
crazy.
What a treat, man.
yeah,
Wow.
that's,
yeah,
I'll never forget it.
yeah, that's
No,
insane.
that is-
Yeah.
That's
that's
amazing.
Yeah.
So, what's the future look like for Tony?
That's where I was going with it too. That's where I was gonna positive way to end this, right? Yeah.
Well,
What's
I'll tell
the
you,
future look
after
like?
the pandemic, and I decided, I'm just going to retire. But I'll tell you, you're more busy when you're retired.
That's what they say. I know. They're like,
Okay.
You
man,
just keep on keeping on. I love being in the studio, coffee in the mornings. I can go down there in my underwear if I want,
Right, yeah.
t-shirt,
Right.
have coffee, maybe do some mixing and stuff. I love doing that.
That's
I love
awesome.
doing live mixing for people.
Mm-hmm.
You're still doing it. We didn't
Yeah.
touch on toys too much, but yeah, he's still slanging
Yeah.
it on the weekends, man. He's still
Yeah.
grinding out there.
Yeah.
Our man Tony, yeah, he's
Yeah.
killing it. He's doing good. So he's mixing, he's playing bass, he's singing. This guy's multifaceted going on, and then coffee and underwear in the morning and chilling.
Right.
No, man. Well, it's been a pleasure having you, Tony. We were so thankful for you to come and
Oh, thanks for having
and
me.
being on our little little Coos Bay
Yeah.
podcast. And
We got some
Love it.
good. We got some good stories out of you too.
Yeah, we did.
That's some stuff I didn't even know about.
all
Appreciate
right.
you guys.
Thank
Thanks
you
so much. All right.
All right. Thank you very much. This is Behind the Bay, Max and Kevin, and our guest today was Tony Esperance. Thank you again for having.
Peace.
Peace out.